Hey everyone, welcome to It Tastes Different Gaming Appetizers. And what are we talking about tonight, Ro? Remember the PlayStation Portable? No, I'm not talking about the PSP. I'm not talking about the Vita. I'm talking about the PlayStation Portal. You might be wondering, what is the PlayStation Portal? Well, if you remember back a little while back, PlayStation talked about a new handheld. They showed it off during, I think, one of their state of plays or something. It didn't have a name, but they showed off what they were developing, which was a handheld. It's basically a dual edge controller that's been chopped in half, and they stuck a screen in the middle of it, or a DualSense. I'm sorry, not the Edge, but this DualSense controller. Chopped it in half and stuck a screen in the center of it, and they call it a handheld. And they just gave it a name, the PlayStation Portal, as well as its price. Pricing at $199.99. So what do you get with this $199.99 portable PlayStation, right? What do you get with this? Well, of course, you get the DualSense features like the adaptive triggers and haptic feedback, because it is a DualSense that they chopped in half and stuck a screen in the middle of it. You get in the screen in the middle is an 8-inch LCD screen capable of 1080p 60 FPS playback. They say that this portable is designed for gamers in households where they might need to share their living room TV and simply want to play their PlayStation 5 games in another room of the house. How will this work? Well, the PlayStation Portal will connect remotely to your PlayStation 5 over Wi-Fi and can play supported games installed on the console. The device includes a 3.5mm audio jack for wired audio, and can connect wirelessly to the PlayStation Pulse Elite headset and the Pulse earbuds that they came out with using PlayStation Link, a new technology, they say. I'm not sure about PlayStation Link, but whatever. They might as well just call it Bluetooth, but it is what it is. However, though, PSVR 2 games, which require a headset, will not work, which that makes sense. And games streamed through PlayStation Plus Premium Cloud streaming service are not supported either. So literally, it's just whatever games that you install on your PlayStation, you can stream them to this $200 device from another room in your house. That's all I got to say about that. Pat, what do you think about this thing?
What is it for, and why is it $200? That's what I would say. I think anybody that's probably been with us for a while knows that I don't really play handhelds. I don't even really travel with handheld games, because typically if I'm traveling for vacation. I'm like, I'd rather, do things on my vacation. And I'm not a real big, I do like to play when I'm riding in a car, but I don't always ride. So, but I don't see what this device is for, because I can't even do that with it. I can't travel with it. I might be able to rig up some, there's probably some prevention, but I could probably rig up some hotspot VPN service or something to do it. And then what's the point? Then it's probably going to run like a turd over multiple connections that I need to establish that connectivity. I don't know who this is for. It's $200. If I want a handheld and a gaming console, I'm going to get a Switch Lite for $200. Something I can actually install games on and take with me and play wherever I want. I don't know. Maybe you want to play the Switch while you're or maybe you want to play your PlayStation 5 while you take a bath. I don't know. I am trying to find what the use for this is. I really want to finish. I really want to finish Spider-Man 2, but I got to go to the bathroom. Let me grab my handheld and play with this while I'm on the pooper. Or I'm going to take a bath. I'm going to take a bath, a relaxing bath, and play Spider-Man 2. I don't know. I don't know what this is for, because I'm having a hard time. I don't like playing on little screens. I just don't like it anymore. I never play with my Switch undocked. I bought back in the day, Steam did something very similar with the Stream Deck. And I bought one of those, and I barely used it, because I'm like, makes no sense. It's easier for me to get this set up and working at my computer rather than fiddling with something to make it work. I don't know what the use for this thing is, because it has no use case for me, and at $200 it really has no use case for me. I cannot find a single use for this, because if I want to play it portable, I want to play it portable while driving. And if you want to go back into that realm, then you need to bring back the PS Vita 5 or something. PS5 Vita. I don't know what, something. I just don't see the benefit of this. It's not for $200. If you're sharing a TV, are you really that desperate to play that you're willing to play on an 8-inch screen instead of your 45 or 55 or 65-inch television? Or better yet, take that $200. If you're willing to look at something that looks that small, go buy yourself a 45-inch Hyacinth for $100 or $150 or something, or 55-inch or something. If you're willing to spend $200 on this and you just want it so you can play in the next room, then go move your PlayStation to another TV. You can buy yourself your own 45-inch or 55-inch TV of an off-brand or something like that for $200 and call it good. Yeah, even if you have to spend $300, it's a better situation than playing on this tiny screen. But I don't know. This is I like Sony. I like the games they make, but I hate the games they play with their consoles. And what I mean, not by physical games, but like the PSVR 2 and pricing. It to me just pushes most people out the door, and things like that. It just, I don't know, man. Sony seems to be making some hardware blunders, and I don't know where they got. I don't know. Maybe gaming on a mini controller is the thing in Japan. I don't know. Maybe that's what they're banking on, and it's not really a thing here. Because in the US, we believe in the same thing Texas does. Bigger is better. Everything bigger. I want my bigger TV to play my games on. So this is not for me, and I will not be spending $200 on this. Sorry, I won't even spend $200 to review it, unfortunately, because I just cannot bring myself to do that and then let it collect dust. I just cannot do that. It's not for me. I don't know who it's for. Nick, is it for you? Is it for your kids, maybe? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know who it's for. I have a PlayStation Portal. It's right here. I already got one. I can Bluetooth my PlayStation controller to it and play cloud gaming on my phone if I want to. Or
and somebody came up with a phone holder for your controller just for that same scenario.
The Backbone, which we talked about. So you can go out and buy a Backbone if that's really what you want to do. They already make this. Like, why go out and buy a $200? I mean, it would make sense, right? I mean, if you have a tablet, right, you could cloud stream, or you could stream from your PlayStation 5 to your tablet and just Bluetooth your controller, your PlayStation controller to it, and you can play wherever you want. You could do it right now. You don't have to wait for this to come out and spend $200 on it. It's not the weird thing about it is it's not introducing anything as far as we know, right? And we don't know all the specifics. So maybe there's some super secret something or other, but it doesn't seem that way. Because if there is something super secret about it, I would assume that Sony would have said the super secret thing so people are excited about this, instead of going, what is this for? Because exactly. What is this for? You're exactly right, Pat. Like if you want to go, if you're, they say it's for those people that have a single television, and they, you have other people that want to use the television, and you're like, oh my God, right? I looked it up on Best Buy right now. You can buy a Hisense 40-inch 1080p 60 hertz, which is what this does. It's just bigger, for $130. It's on sale. It's originally $150. That's still
saving money.
That's still saving $50. So if you really want to spend the $200, you could probably even get a bigger television running 1080. And then exactly right. You just hook it up into a different room or a different area of your house and put your PlayStation over there. Right. Your main TV might be the better one. Then fine. The person that wants to watch TV, hey, I bought this 40-inch Hisense. Go over there and watch it. Right. Problem solved. You don't need to buy a $200 paperweight. I mean, because that's essentially what it is. Right. I just don't see the need for it, because you can't play the cloud streaming stuff on it. Like that would make it not for me, but I mean, that would probably make it more, better for those individuals that might be thinking about it. If they can go, if I have PlayStation Plus and all the games that are on there that I can stream, because you can pretty much stream I think just about any game or maybe every game that's in PlayStation Plus. So it's like, cool, I can, hey, Uncharted, it's on there. Cool, I can just stream it on my little handheld here, right? But you don't even get that option. All you can do is just play the games that are already installed on your PS5, which means your PS5 has to be on in order for that to function. Because even if I do it with my phone, which I have tried it before just to see its functionality, you have to have the PlayStation on, if I remember correctly. Your PlayStation has to be at least on for you to do that. So, you would have to have your PlayStation on. You'd have to be on your own Wi-Fi. Sure, you might be able to rig something up, but I mean, I just don't. We talked about this device before, and I think we even said if it's $200, it's dead in the water. And it's $200. Like, if they, one thing about the Switch, you're exactly right with the Switch. You can go out and spend $200 for a Switch Lite. If you want to add a little bit of money, you can spend $350 for the Switch OLED model. I'm really surprised with the PlayStation Portal that it's not an OLED screen. I would assume they would put an OLED screen on it because OLEDs are more expensive, right? For $200, you probably can't find an OLED screen for that much. Maybe, I don't know, but OLED screens are, even for TVs, are still expensive, right? So, and for monitors, they're super expensive for monitors. And so putting on an OLED screen on there would make sense for them to do, but they're not even doing that, right? They're only giving you an 8-inch LCD screen at 1080p and at 60 hertz. And then you're pretty much just streaming it from your PlayStation over to this device. Like, I don't know who it's for. Like, if you have a phone, like those individuals out there, if you're listening to us here and you're thinking about picking up this device, your phone can do this right now. You can go download the PlayStation Remote Play from the store and you can do it today. I've done it.
And you could buy a backbone and mount your phone into it, and you have a controller in place.
Exactly.
And I've even seen like 3D printed jobs where you can use a regular PlayStation controller and mount the phone on it. So I mean, a black backbone's $100. So if you're really interested in mobile play on the streaming PlayStation, it uses the PS Remote Play. So just do that. I mean, I don't know what they're trying to do. I mean, obviously your phone's not going to be, unless you're getting like the notes or something. They're not quite 8 inches. They're like they're anywhere from 6 to 7.5 usually. So, I mean, that's the only benefit you get. You get a half an inch to an inch bigger screen, but is it worth an extra $100? To me, it's not, but to you, to somebody else, maybe. I don't know, but I don't see who this is for, because it's definitely not for me. And if I want a remote play, I can already do it. Heck, I can remote play it on my PC if I wanted to, So if you got a computer and you only got one TV in your house, you just remote play it to your computer. Then, I mean, there you go. You have so many options rather than buying a $200 device that serves a singular purpose. And does it do it that well? I mean, it does do 1080p and 60 hertz, which is nice, but I don't know, man. That's too small for me. I'd rather have my TV. And if I'm traveling, I want to be able to play my games while traveling and not have this device that's pretty much useless with me.
Right. I mean, that's the whole thing of a handheld device. And from what what we know about it, and and the information we've learned, it seems like it only is going to work off of your Wi-Fi connection at home, right? Whatever your PlayStation's connected to is what this is going to work off of. So you can't take it with you. You wouldn't be able to take it on a trip or anything like that unless you took your PlayStation with you, right? On that trip.
A little inverter set up in your car where the PlayStation's plugged into the cigarette lighter, and you're running a hotspot network in the car or something. Yeah. I mean, you could probably do a hotspot VPN service into the device, but then it's going to play like crap.
It's going to be horrible. The latency and the visuals and everything. Like, it's just going to look bad because, like you said at the very beginning, it's going to go over several networks and through a VPN, even setting that up, it's just going to have a lot of problems and it's just not going to look great. So really, it's only for home. not to say you couldn't get it to work outside the home, but it just wouldn't be worth using outside the home, right? Because PlayStation has they have their cloud service, right? That you could play outside your home, just like Xbox does and stuff like that. So you might as well just do that, right? Which this doesn't even have the capability of doing that, like streaming that information. I just don't get it. I don't get who this is for. Like, who would want this? I mean, there will be people who will buy it. And I really want to legitimately ask, why did you buy it? Like, what is it that you needed? Like, you didn't have, like, sure, maybe it's a bigger screen than your phone, right? You have a tablet. Those are 8 inches or bigger, most of them, right? There are some smaller ones, but most of them are at least 8 inches or bigger. Do you have a laptop or a PC or, any other type of device that, a computer type device, or like we said at the very beginning, just go buy another television. If you really have that issue where you only have one TV and, in a single room or whatever, go out and buy another television. They're cheaper. You can buy, for what this thing does, 1080 at 60, you can buy the equivalent in a TV and just hook your PlayStation up to it. I know you would rather have the 4K television and stuff like that, but you're only getting 1080 and 60 hertz out of that little thing anyway. So why not buy a 1080, 60 hertz television and just plug your PlayStation into that? Because you're getting the same thing, except for now the screen is 40 inches or 50 inches or whatever instead of 8. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Like, I would be interested in it. And I think this is what, if it was a Vita 2, or if because I like the PSP, and I didn't get a Vita until like the Vita was pretty much dead, but I enjoy the Vita. I like it. They don't make new games for it, except for like maybe some of those indie developers might make something for it at some point, right? And things like that, the unlicensed stuff. But I like my my Vita. I like it. I like the handheld. And I really wish I wish this was what Sony was doing, because I would be interested in that if they made another Vita type handheld, right? And that had an OLED screen. Those had OLED screens. So it's like you drop back and then you created something that I personally just don't see the benefit, like, at all, for.
Too bad sales figures will never be released, but I would love to see the number of units sold for this after the first year. I'm having a hard time figuring out who this is for, because there's no point in this. Like I said, you can do the same concept on a phone for $100 with a backbone, or, some 3D printed thing to use your own controller for cheaper. Or, they make all kinds of controller mounts for phones, so you can use a controller and your phone for the display. So I'm at a loss for who this is for and what they're going to do with it. Without the streaming and without being able to stream directly from PlayStation Plus, it seems worthless to me. If you could stream directly from PlayStation Plus, no matter where you were, I see some availability for this, for traveling. You got kids, you're going on vacation, or you're going like hour more drive. You're like, here's the PlayStation Portal, have this, it'll play games through the PS Plus cloud gaming. But right now, the way it stands, since it doesn't work with cloud streaming, it's a useless device for me. I won't be getting one. So.
No, me neither. Yeah, exactly right. If it had the streaming option, yeah, I could see. I mean, I still wouldn't buy one personally, but I could see its viability at that point. I could see, okay, yeah, I could see people wanting to pick this up. I get it. Maybe if it goes on super sale, maybe I would pick one up for that same possibility. Not at $200, but like super cheap.
But it would be an option, right?
Today,
if you don't have a PlayStation, there's an option.
There you go.
I mean, but at $200 and no capability of playing anything but what's on your PlayStation, it's a worthless device. It's overpriced device. It needs to be more like $100 device.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that would make sense. Yeah, exactly what you said. If you didn't have a PlayStation, I didn't even think about that. If it had the cloud option, maybe you had to have PlayStation Plus service, but you don't have a PS5, you could buy this for $200, buy a subscription to PlayStation Plus, and then you could stream all the games on there, right? That would be a viable option for it. And I could see a lot of people picking something like that up. But as it stands right now, it doesn't have any of those capabilities. So it's like, what's it for? Who's it for? I just don't know. I don't know. I mean, like I said, unless there's some super secret thing that we just don't know about right now, it just seems like for Sony, it seems like a loss, right? A lost opportunity for them to really make something that people would want and be able to utilize. I just don't know. I'm really at odds with it.
We're either missing something, like you said, man, or it's just not for us.
Yeah. But my question is who's it for? Do you have anything else you want to say about this? All right. Well, let us know down in the comments. Are you thinking about picking up a PlayStation Portal? And if so, why? Right? I really genuinely, and I'm not trying to, call anybody out or anything like that. I'm just trying to say, like, I'm just curious as to why you would want one, right? So if you are interested in picking one up, let us know down in the comments why. What is your reasoning behind picking one up, especially if you have things that can do that today. If you have a phone or tablet or computer, or, you can go out and buy a TV for cheaper. We've already talked about these things. If you're running into issues with only one television or something like that, you can already do this stuff today. So if you are interested in purchasing this device, let us know why, right? You might give us a good idea as to the reason for needing it. And then, we can say, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. But let us know down in the comments what you think. Other than that, thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Hit the bell notifications to stay up to date with new videos that we do all the time. And we'll see you next time.